guys doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Okay.
Oh no.
Hey,
Oh
Cheryl.
no. Hey girl.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Oh, I didn't know it was gonna pop up like that
Yes,
once I
yes.
pushed it.
Well, you know what? I have another interview person that I'm interviewing, but you know what? Until they're able, hey, Tammy, until they're able, girl, why don't you just stay on until my main person clicks in? Because she doesn't know how to do it.
Girl, I'm looking a hot mess. I don't want you to see me.
Okay, well, stay dark. Okay, so Cheryl,
Yes.
I'm going to ask you a few questions. So first of
Okay.
all, okay, so the topic is, oh, I'm here. Okay, so I see her.
Okay,
Hold
well
on,
click
hold on.
me on.
No, don't hang up, Cheryl.
Okay.
So tell me, okay, now I'm going to add her. So Cheryl, tell us a little bit about yourself. How many years have you been married? Because I think I'm going to leave you and the other person. How many years have you been married?
48.
Wow. Have you really?
Yes, 48. 48 years. Me and Mr. Clifford been married for 48 years.
Okay. Wow, that is so, okay, you know what? It says add her and she's not. Okay, so I'm going to just go. I had a question. I wanted a married person and I also wanted a single person. So let me ask you this. So first of all, don't forget, we have a YouTube page. It's called Christian Marriage Movement. If you have YouTube, go on it, like it, subscribe it. It's just getting started, but that's okay. So being a believer, is it a lot of pressure to date? What do you think, Cheryl? Even though you've been married for 48 years, there's a lot of women out there, and the person I had was a single woman, and I'm trying to get her on this line. So if you're not on this line, I'm going to go with another person. But Cheryl, you stay on. So is it, as a believer, is it a lot of pressure to date in this millennial season? That's
Yes,
your
I
question.
do. Yes, I do believe it is. It's so
Um,
different from when we was growing up.
okay.
You can walk down the street or be driving your car and say hi to everybody. Now everybody is all closed in on their phones. It's just sad.
It is. It is. Now, okay, hey, thanks, Sekou. Yes, it is pressure. Now, you guys, if you guys are commenting, if you're on this Facebook Live, you tell us why. Hey, Jeremy, you tell us why there is a lot of pressure dating. Now, don't forget, we're coming from now, everybody, we know everybody is not a Christian, but don't forget, like, subscribe, Christian Marriage Movement. But we're coming from a Christian perspective, but why is it hard dating in this millennial? Why is it hard? I mean, there's men, there's women. Why is it hard? Is everybody ugly? Is everybody goofy? Are all of are all the men retarded? Are all of the men, the women crazy? Why is it hard, y'all? Tell me. Uh-oh, Cheryl.
Yes, I'm still here. I'm
Okay.
still here. I'm still
Okay,
here.
okay. So why do you think it's hard?
I've been married, so I'm glad I don't have the pleasure of dealing with that. I'm telling you the truth, because I don't know how I would do, because I'm so old school. You
Okay.
know, old school, and everything has changed. You know, I don't know.
Okay, so I'm going to add, so guess what? If I have a viewer and if you are on and if you're single, I had my person who I was interviewing, but I don't see them right now. I'm just going to, I don't know. You know what? So I've been married for 10 years. I haven't been married for 48 years, but why is there pressure? Is it pressure just to have someone who's working? Is it pressure? Oh, there's our other person. Yay! So, hey,
Phew.
wasn't that hard?
It's very hard.
Well, welcome, Jocelyn. Welcome,
Absolutely.
welcome. Okay, so Tammy, all the way from San Dimas, California, is saying people are afraid to be vulnerable and not be honest with their intentions from, ooh, Tammy, that is so good. People are afraid to be vulnerable. So now we have a single person. Now we have someone who's married for 48 years. We have a newbie, myself, who's only been married for 10 years. Wow, Tammy, that is good. People are afraid to be vulnerable. People are afraid to be transparent and to open up and to be their authentic self. Why is that? Why? I mean, man, why can't people be vulnerable? So, Jocelyn, you are our single. This is my sister. I have so many, literally my blood sister, you guys. And so, you know, and I invited her on. Uh-oh, we see your luggage.
I want you to see my luggage.
Okay. See, you're traveling. Hey, James, how you doing? Happy Friday, James. It's happy to get some men here. So, Jocelyn, you tell us from a singles perspective, being a believer, is it a lot of pressure to date, and why?
I think I like that you say being a believer. I say Kook, so good to say hi to you. But I think just being a female woman in older, it's just difficult. It's just a difficult process. And then when you add on being a Christian, that makes it even more difficult. So I mean, just the normal things that happen. You're working, as an older person, you're tired, you don't want to go out. I mean, after I come home from work, I'm just tired. Just going out there and making myself available. And then also, there is this stigma that, like, because I'm a single woman, every man that walks past me, I'm trying to get at. Just being nice. People now are just not even nice anymore. You can't even say hi to people, and they're thinking like, you're wanting to marry them. So, and I don't know what that is, but and then when you're talking about being a believer, I don't know about anybody else, but there is nobody talking to nobody in church. I don't know. I can sit through church and everybody keeps their eyes like straight forward. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I be like trying to get out of church as soon as, try to get some food. I don't know. But I know that in my experience, going to church, going to a bigger church, it's just the communication after church. And that's what I love about a small church. There was just a lot of family. Mm-hmm. But in a small church, it's family. So, you're not really reaching out. So in that sense, that's the difficulty that I'm having. You do meet great people though. I mean, I've met some, my niece Jordan was very like instrumental on me getting out. She's like, Auntie, you got to get out. I would just stay home, but she was like, nope, you got to get out. And getting out has helped. And there's just still some interesting people. I met a guy, we went on a date the other night, and he said to me over dinner, over our first dinner, he said, I have a secret. And I said, check, please.
Okay, wait. He said, I have a secret.
I don't know what the secret was, but check, please.
Cheryl, now, Jocelyn, Cheryl has been married for 48 years. This guy said he had a secret on the first date.
Check, please.
Now, what was the secret?
I don't know. I was out of there. I mean, who says that? It made me nervous. I'm like, what are you doing? That's what I'm getting. I'm getting the no job, guys, I'm in between. I'm like, you're 40 something in between, and I get it, but how long you been in between? If you've been in between for like over a year, it's more than being in between.
Okay.
So I just asked another guy. His name is James. I'm not sure he's going to be able to come in.
Oh,
We
sorry.
always like a man's perspective. So Jocelyn, I really believe. Okay, so you guys, as you can see, the topic for tonight is dating in this millennial, but Christian dating. Okay, so here's another, and James, if you could get on, please get on. You don't have to show your whole. Is there a preference? Do you prefer to date, not you, but everybody who's listening to you, and you just type it in. Do you prefer to date someone in the church or outside the church? Now that's really interesting. And before you go, I will just kind of give you a little bit about me. I remember when I was dating, because at the time I was only, hey Sheena, and you type in too. So, hey, so I remember when I was dating my husband, John, and because at the time we were going to a small church. Matter of fact, we were going to the same church. Everybody knew each other. And I was like, there's nobody here. So I don't want to say I could only, but, and then when there was a new guy that came, they just automatically just associated you guys together. So I always went outside of the church. In the church is just, it is, James. So outside was all, I had to go outside. And sometimes you felt pressure to date someone inside the church if the church is small, but if the church is bigger, now I go to a bigger church. It's not like West Angeles, but it's a bigger size church. So my question to you, and I think you're at Faithful Central now, but is there pressure to date a man inside the church or outside the church?
Oh, is this for James?
James'
husband loved kung fu movies, but I can't remember what movie we was getting ready to watch. And I came double dating with one of my aunties. And the guy that I was talking to was kin to my auntie's husband. So, I do believe, sometimes we can meet within family members or somebody that knows somebody or whatever. So that's how, and so anyway, so me and this guy got into it for some reason. I don't know why, but I think I was a little bullheaded. So I got really pissed off because he wouldn't pay my way in because he was mad at me.
He didn't pay your way in?
No, he didn't pay my way in. So my husband was there. My husband was there with my uncle. They didn't have dates. Okay. So him being a gentleman went and paid my way in. And I sat by him in the movie.
Hey, wait a minute. You was on a date with somebody else, huh?
I was on a date with somebody else. He wouldn't pay my way in. And my husband paid my way in. And it's history. I've been with him ever since. So I had to ride back in the car with the date, though. But we was like, he was on one side and I was on the one side. I didn't want to have nothing else to do with him when he did that.
So you gave another man your number while you were on a date with another man?
No, you know what? I don't even remember giving a number or nothing because we were so close.
Player, that's a player.
We never play here, Cheryl.
But I'm gonna look up to you. I look up to you now.
No, but seriously, he wouldn't pay my way in, and I thought that was so disrespectful. So I went and sat by my husband, and it was history. I don't even remember the car ride home, but I know we rode with my auntie and her husband.
You were on a date with somebody, and somebody else paid her, and she was like, I'm leaving you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Winter, I don't know if Winter is still here or not, but Winter said, God knows my husband is chocolate.
Girl, I feel you. I do, Winter. I feel you, but I have to be open.
Open
to what God
Turn
wants
off
for
the
me.
blinders.
Yeah.
And you know what? I know Jocelyn knows when I was in my dating season, I was very, very open to many races. I just said, Lord, whatever whatever you have for me at this time or at this season in my life, I just want to be open and just listen to your voice. But you know what I wanted to share? I just wanted to share, and maybe I should let John tell the story because he keeps kind of coming in. But I just wanted to share how John and I met, which is kind of crazy. John and I, because I was actually dating, I was liking somebody else. But I'm not sure if you guys remember, I was a referee for 27 years. And this assigner kept giving me these Saturday morning games. And, I used to hustle. I still hustle all the time. But I used to always do these morning games at Bonita High School. And every Saturday morning, I had this man as my partner. And I was finally, he used to say, hi. I mean, he was so dry to me. Hi, how you doing? And I'm like, dude, why is this man? I was like, this guy again. So finally, I told him, I said, why are you always my partner? Like, really? Like, why are you always my partner? I gotta tell, his name was Dre. I was like, I have to tell Dre to give me another partner because I'm tired of seeing you every Saturday morning. And we did like 4 games every Saturday for like months and months on end. And I was getting annoyed that he was my partner. Well, anyway, that must have been God, right? Because all these months, who's putting a heart? It's probably John.
That's cute.
So all these months that we're partners, we just started talking. And he was like, yeah. And I would say like, yeah, I like going on vacation. And he was like, I do too, but I like going to Texas. And I'm like, I don't want to go to no Texas. And he was like, well, I can change. And I'm like, you can? And it was so weird because I hated having him as a partner. I mean, he was really nice. But
the chemistry wasn't there. The chemistry wasn't there.
The chemistry was not there. It was not there. But it was the friendship. It was after a game, we would talk about little stuff and we just kept building. We just kept talking and it became a friendship. And after a while, I was like, hey, how are you doing today? Hey, what's up? And it became to a point that after the game, he would say, hey, aren't you hungry? I'm like, yeah, I'm starving. He's like, oh, let's go grab a bite to eat. And so there was no chemistry. But now that's my end. It may be different for him. I don't know. But it was a friendship that later developed into a really lasting, loving relationship with marriage. So I thought that was interesting because someone who I didn't want to be my partner, I was like, hey, is he my partner? And he became my husband. So I thought.
Oh, you're talking about John?
John.
You talking about John? You didn't like John?
We were refereeing, girl. So I say that because sometimes we think we know who our mate or who our husband is going to be, but we don't. And we have to be open to what God wants and God has for our lives. I mean,
Yeah, because I really wasn't into my husband. I thought he was weird. I really did. I thought he was weird. He did karate, something that I'm not really interested in, but he had such a big, great heart. So like, I just fell in love with him. I said, I think this is the person I need to be with. I don't think I need to be with nobody else. But he wasn't my type. He really wasn't.
Really?
He was dark. He was dark. I like dark men. And he is kind of a little taller than me, so I do like tall men. But I don't know. He was just weird and country. So, but anyway, it worked out.
Okay, so hey, you guys, John just came in this room and said, you tried to put me, okay, I totally forgot. You know what? I told you I've been married for 10 years, so I forgot some stuff. John reminded me. He goes, that's the story, but you gave me, okay, so remember when I said that I kept asking, why are you always my partner? Because I was like, why do I have the same guy as a partner for months and months? Well, guess what?
He was doing it.
No. Okay, so check this out, right? I was wondering, why do I have the same guy for my partner? And so we had to exchange numbers because we were always partners. So anyway, he gave me his number. You know, I wasn't interested, right?
Right.
So guess what I did to him? I gave his number to another woman. And
Shame on you.
I gave his number to another woman and said, this guy is really nice, and I think you would like him. He's just not my type. And I gave his number to her, and guess what? I gave her his number. And a couple of months later, we were refereeing again. I was like, oh God, here you are again. And so I asked him, I said, did you ever call her? He goes, no. I said, why not? She has a great job. She always travels. You said you like to travel, right? Like, you know? And he was like, no. And I was like, why no? This is your chance. She's skinny. I'm not skinny. And he was like, thank you. I'll think about it. Then another month passed, and he was like, we refereeing, and he was like, you really don't get it. And I was like, no, get what? And he was like, nothing. And I was like, okay. So anyway, funny.
Oh my God.
God put my Boaz right in front of me, but yet I was trying to get rid of it. So we have to be careful, y'all.
Right. Oh my God, that's funny.
I remember Amy Lois saying about Uncle Robert that he used to have holes in his shoes.
I remember that.
And I don't know, if I saw a brother with holes in the shoes, I'd be like, oh, wow. But I mean, you know, and so that you're so right. You're absolutely right that we have to be more open, you know, to people. I hope now whoever it is after 40 won't have holes in their shoes. Lord, let them not have holes in their
drawers, Jocelyn. Holes in their drawers.
Holes in their, not one of the holes in their shoes, but yeah, you guys are right.
Okay, well, you know what? We're going to end this segment. You guys, we're going to be back. It's every Friday. Christian Marriage Movement. That means hi. Oh, that means he's a hard worker.
You didn't think about that, John. See, that's why we need the brothers to talk to us. Our you know what? We need this, because I would have never thought about that. You know what I'm saying? And you're absolutely right. And I definitely want a hard worker, because I'm a hard worker. So I need to think about that.
That's the guy I gave a woman's number to.
And he's perfect for you. I couldn't even imagine you with anyone else.
That's right.
He's perfect.
Right. Man.
Well, can we move this to another night than Friday? Because I have dates. I'm putting it out there. I'm prophesying to myself that I'm gonna have Friday night dates.
So you know what? Maybe Fridays are not good. How about Saturdays? Okay, so let's move it to Saturdays. And everybody who's looking and people who's going to watch the recording, go to Christian Marriage Movement. There's only a couple of videos, but we are popping up. You know what? We believe God wants us to have wonderful Christian marriages. Whoever who's dating, we believe God has but God has a future made for you. Hey, thanks for joining us, Cheryl Jackson. You've been married for 48 years. Thanks for joining us, Jocelyn. You are a single. We love you. And thank you to myself, the host, Jennifer.
Woo woo, woo woo woo.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks, Josh.